Right, so Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, which is the second book in Harry Potter, and the second video. This me basically slagging off Harry Potter. I mean, the second book, first of all, obviously, it's the second year of Harry Potter's 7-year journey throughout Hogwarts. And obviously, after killing someone, the first year ends. The second book, I can't really remember how it happens. Don't quote me on this. I think the Dursley family have actually locked Harry in his room, like they barricaded it off. But either way, Ron shows up, pulls the door, pulls the barricade off, and yeah, they basically go and escape. Right, Harry gets to go to Hogwarts for a second year again, obviously, or you wouldn't have a movie/book otherwise. Then they go to Diagon Alley, which Harry pronounces wrong, and he ends up on some shit tip street, like the back alleys where the magical drug dealers selling magic potions or something live apparently. But either way, he eventually gets found, and then basically they don't end. For some whatever reason, Harry and Ron don't make it in time to the thing which we saw in the first one, where they go through the platform 9 to get onto platform 9 3/4. But then they somehow make it there in the flying car and crash into the weeping willow tree. Moving on from that, honest to God, I can't remember any of the individual things that happen in this leading up to the events of what I do know, so I'm not going to thingy. But either way, the Chamber of Secrets is somehow opened. I can't remember how. Ginny Weasley opened it, I believe, who's in the first year of Hogwarts now. And I think Harry finds Tom Riddle, which is obviously Voldemort's diary. Sorry if that's a spoiler for anyone. Why are you watching this video? If, obviously Tom Riddle is Voldemort in the end, which we find out later. But honest to God, yeah, there is some questions, like why Ginny Weasley is such a twat. I mean, honest to God, I might rewatch the third one just because I don't know hardly anything about this one. Honest to God. But in the end, basically, Harry gets the Gryffindor sword and, Jesus Christ, I'm sort of struggling here. But at the end of the day, at the end of the movie, basically, we'll just skip right to the end because honestly, all the events lead up to basically Tom Riddle being revealed as Voldemort at the end of the movie, near the end of the movie. And Tom Riddle, I believe the diary is a Horcrux, which Harry destroys at the end, so that's like one down. Honest to God, which she stabs with this basilisk thing. And I don't know if here we go, I've just remembered something now as well. So the defence against the dark arts teacher for this year is useless. He's a total recluse. He's a bullshitter. Basically, he says he's done all this magical shit. I can't remember his name. I think it's something like Lockwood or something like that. But he's done nothing. He's done nothing. Literally, he has done nothing, but he acts like he's done all these things. Snape, I think, knows that he's a bullshitter, but he's not going to tell anyone. Harry and Malfoy have their last interactions with each other. Not with each other, but for a bit anyway. One-on-one interaction. They have a duel in front of everyone where it's it doesn't really last that long. 1 or 2 spells are cast, then Malfoy summons a snake, and then they have to get rid of it. But Harry talks to the snake because he knows Parseltongue, which he saw a bit of in the first movie. So, that's a bit mad. But yeah, after that, Harry and Ron pretend to be Crabbe and Boyle, which are Malfoy's sort of lackeys again. I can't remember why exactly they did that, because again, I'm just going off memory here. But yeah, this is the last movie where Malfoy is sort of cool. I mean, he's all right in the upcoming movies, the ones the further down the line. But he's not. This is the last one where you sort of see him as this sort of character to be afraid of. Malfoy at this point is the villain, other than Voldemort. Obviously, you've got the individual villains in the movie so far, like Tom Riddle in this one, which is obviously Voldemort, but Tom Riddle in this one, Professor Quill in the first one. But other than that, the overarching sort of anti-hero. I suppose Malfoy's more of an anti-hero than a villain at the end of the day. Is Malfoy. And then also, I forgot about this. Malfoy's dad is actually in this one as well. Lucius, I think his name is, Malfoy. Which I'm not really sure what his role in the movie is, except from being a dick. Floating about the place. Yeah, and this is the reveal. We see one of the most annoying characters in history of anything ever, Dobby, in this one. Which I don't know what he does in the books. Apparently he's more important in the books. Which is why people get sad about his death. Sorry if that's a spoiler again. In the 7th book. But what happens with Dobby in this one? Basically, Harry releases him from the Malfoy family, or frees him from the Malfoy family or something. But that's all I can remember him doing. He's a Nose in Harry Potter's house in this opening of the movie. And then he's freed by Harry at the end of the movie. That's all I can remember him doing, except from being probably abused by Malfoy and his dad. That's all I can remember him doing. Honest to fuck. But yeah, this one, I mean, was it shit? I mean, it was alright. I suppose it was better than... I don't know if it's better than the first one. I'd say these are about equal level. Now, the next one... These videos, 3 and 4 and 5, the last 5 movies, and I am going to be doing Deathly Hallows as one video. The last 5 videos of this are going to be a bit more nitpicky, stuff basically about them just being shit, and about me hardly understanding what's going on, why is this happening, sort of thing, rather than just actual points oh, Malfoy's being boring, or the plot and that. Because remember, after this one, I started to get a bit the third one is going to be probably the shortest video in this whole series, because it's boring in my opinion. It's boring. I didn't like Sirius Black. I don't like Sirius Black at all. The best thing about Prisoner of Azkaban is, well, we'll get into it in the video in the upcoming weeks. I don't know when this is going to go out. I don't know when that video is going to go out, but yeah, Chamber of Secrets overall pretty shit. I mean, it's more interesting than the first one. More shit goes on than the first one. They don't play chess. But yeah, get rid of it.